Hello everyone, welcome to Pharma Icon, and the today's topic is Pharmaceutical Jurisprudence. In that subject, we will need to discuss about the schedules. What are schedules and how they classify according to the Drug and Cosmetic Acts 1940 and their Drug and Cosmetic Rules 1945. First of all, schedules. Mostly the schedules are categorized based on two types. First of all, schedule 1 and schedule 2. And the schedule 1 is consisting of the books under the Ayurveda and Siddha system of medicines. Okay, the schedule 1 is mostly deals with the what are the books under the category of Ayurveda and the Siddha. And the schedule 2, and the schedule 2 is mostly deals with the what are the drugs drugs and drug manufacturing. Okay, these are the important in schedule 2. And the schedule 2 is also mostly deals with the manufacturing of drugs and their sale, sold, stocked and exhibited for the sale and distribution of the drugs. This is about the schedule 1 and schedule 2 categories. Okay, and the next, what is a schedule A? And mostly the schedule A is a pro forma for the application of the purpose of the licenses issuing or renewal of the licenses. Schedule A is mostly deals with the application, the process of license. How is the process is involved for applying of a license for any drugstore or anything. Okay, this is about the schedule A, and it also deals with the total. For the application we need total 50 forms in schedule A, and it also contain various letters for the application and licensing, etc. Okay, in this schedule A we also need to involving the using of various letters for applying of a license, for issuing and the renewal of license. This is about the schedule A. And schedule B, and the second schedule is a schedule B. The schedule B is mostly deals with the amount of fee. How much amount of fee we need to pay for the analysis or testing of the any substances we need to pay to the government, central drug laboratory or the government analyst, the person who need to analyze the samples. We need to pay some amount of fee. Okay, this is a schedule B. In that we also needs the discussion of fee structure for the government run labs. How much amount of fee they will be taken for analyzing of the sample. Okay, this is about the schedule B. And schedule C, and the schedule C is mostly deals with the list of injectables, means mostly containing of the biological products and the special products. C means special products. The biological products are mostly examples like insulin, antigens, vaccines, sterilized structures and injectable antibiotics, sterile disposable devices. They are mostly single used. After using one time they will be thrown out. Okay, this is about the schedule C. In schedule C it is also consisting of the prohibition of the imported drugs. Also it is containing of the drugs like some of the drugs they are prohibited to be importing. Okay, next, and it also deals with the dangerous drug preparations which are under the medical supervision. Those drugs must be prepared under the medical supervision only. Okay, next, schedule D, and the schedule D is mostly deals with the importing of any drugs. What are the drugs to be exemption from the import. Okay, these are mostly deals with that type of drugs, and the substances are not used for the medical use. The medical use also those substances are deals under the schedule D. And substances which are used under both the food and drug. Some of the substances they are mostly act as a purpose of food and act as a treatment. Okay, they are mostly example for that substances are ginger, pepper, cumin, cinnamon and other species. These are mostly act as a food and drug substances. And some of the other substances like milk powder and the condensed products, Pharex, latex and oats, and some of other pre-digested foods. We need to study about the different types of these substances which are act as a food material and act as a drug purpose for the treatment of any kind of diseases. Okay, and schedule D is also deals with the drugs and cosmetics to be imported by the manufacturer and export by the units are situated at special economic zones. Okay, what are the type of drugs or cosmetics which are to be situated mostly at the special economic zones? Means the amount of profit will be good for that compounds. So this is about the schedule D. And the next schedule E, and the schedule E is mostly deals with the what are the list of poisonous, and E stands for evil. Evil means some of the dangerous substances, means we cannot take those drugs. Okay, list of poisonous substances under the system of medicines like Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani. What are the substances which are act as a poisonous agents under the system of these types of medicinal system like Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and homeopathy, etc. Okay, and the schedule E is also mostly deals with the container of a medicine for internal use and for the treatment of the human ailments. E also deals with the internal use of the medicine along with the treatment, and if it is made up of substances mostly specialized in schedule E1 are the label. The caption must be in the label like to be taken under the medical supervision only. What are the drugs coming under the schedule E? They must be taken under the medical supervision, means any consultant doctor. Okay, this is about schedule E. And what is a schedule F? And the schedule F is one of the schedule which is mostly important, in which it is deals with the space, equipment and other supplies, other materials or elements mostly needed to run a blood bank, which is mostly blood bank. F means the schedule F is mostly deals with the blood bank. Okay, and the minimum requirements for the grant of license to produce the blood components from whole human blood. Okay, after collecting of the blood from the blood bank, what are the different components are present in the human blood, they need to identify and separate them, like what are the proteins and how much platelets are present, along with the globulins and antigens, they must be separated from the human blood. Okay, and the schedule F is also categorized into 3 schedules. They are mostly schedule F1, schedule F2 and schedule F3. And the schedule F1 is mostly deals with the standards for the vaccines. Schedule F is mostly deals with the what are the rules and regulations and standards for the vaccines. Okay, and the schedule F2 deals with the standards for the surgical dressings. What are the surgical dressings? They are mostly comes under the schedule F2 and schedule F3. And the schedule F3 is mostly deals with the umbilical tapes and the other surgical procedures. Okay, this is about the schedule F. And schedule G, according to the Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 and the rules 1945, and the schedule G is mostly deals with the important schedule in which the what are the substances mostly listed substances are needed to be required taken under the medical supervision only. Okay, and the label must be labeled with the words the caption like it is dangerous to take this preparation except under the medical supervision. We need to take the drugs, whatever the drugs coming under the schedule G are mostly be taken under the medical supervision only. Without medical supervision we cannot take those substances of medicine. Okay, this is about the schedule G. And what is schedule H? And the schedule H is mostly deals with the substances of the drugs we need to take in, what are the prescription drugs to be taken under the RMP, registered medical practitioner only. We need to take the medicine under the prescription only, and which is labeled with the words the RX, and the word RX is stands for the you take must be you have to take the medicines under the medical supervision only, and which is labeled with the words like to be sold by the retail on the prescription of a registered medical practitioner. Okay, this is the caution for the schedule H drugs. Okay, and next, what is schedule J? And the schedule J is mostly deals with the diseases and elements which a drug may not purport to prevent or cure. What are the drugs which are comes under the category of not purpose for the prevention or cure of any diseases? So the drugs are comes under the schedule J. Okay, and under the schedule, and what are the diseases are not curable? They are mostly AIDS, angina pectoris, cancer, fairness of skin, diabetes, obesity, and height improvement in the children or adults also, along with the blindness and deafness. These types of diseases, they cannot be curable by using of the medicines. Okay, that drugs are mostly coming under the schedule J. Okay, next, what is schedule K? And the schedule K is mostly deals with the drugs specified under the schedule or shall be exempted from the provisions of the chapter 4 according to the Drug and Cosmetic Act and the rules, and the chapter 4 in which some types of drugs are most be exempted from the provisions. Okay, the drugs are deals under the schedule K. Okay, and what are those drugs? The drugs under the schedule K are quinine and anti-malarial drugs, and other drugs supplied by the hospital are the surrounded by the government local bodies. Okay, and some substances mostly they are used as a food and drugs, and drugs supplies to the RMPs to his patients. Okay, these are the drugs to be listed under the schedule K. Okay, next, what is schedule M? M means mostly deals with the manufacturing. Okay, requirements of manufacturing premises, and GMP, good manufacturing practices need to be required for the factory premises. What is the layout of the manufacturing area, and what are the equipments are needed, and what are the procedures need to be involved in the good manufacturing practices. Okay, in the schedule M, which is mostly deals with the three kinds of schedules. They are schedule M1, schedule M2, and the schedule M3. And the schedule M1 is mostly requirements of the of factory premises for manufacturing of homeopathic medicines. Schedule M deals with the homeopathic medicine, and the schedule M2 is deals with the cosmetics. What are the manufacturing methods we need to follow for the manufacturing of cosmetics? And the schedule M3, schedule M3 is mostly deals with the what are the requirements of a factory premises for manufacturing of the medical devices. So this is about the schedule M. And next, what is schedule N? And schedule N is mostly deals with the list of equipments to running of a pharmacy store or a drug store or a chemist shop, etc. Okay, how many equipments are needed to run an efficient medical store or in a pharmacy? And it also contains a various regulations and requirements to be run the pharmacy. So this is about the schedule N, and the schedule N is mostly deals with the equipments. Okay, and next, schedule O. Schedule O, O stands for disinfectant liquid. Okay, standards for the disinfectants fluids. This is mostly deals with the what are the chemicals comes under the disinfectants. Okay, example for this are phenol, Dettol, cresol, alcohol, and the hydrogen peroxide. And this is mostly deals with the what are the regulations and what are the requirements for the various disinfectants fluids. Okay, and the schedule O is mostly stands for the disinfectants fluids manufacturing and their regulations. Okay, next, what is schedule P? And the schedule P is mostly deals with the regulations regarding the life period of drugs. Okay, how much time the drug will be resistant to act as a therapeutic agent in the human body, etc. Okay, this is about the schedule P, and it is also containing the storage conditions of the drugs also, life period is nothing but the storage time. Okay, next it is also deals with the schedule P1, and the schedule P1 is mostly deals with the regulations regarding the packaging size, how much the packaging of the component is to be in the range of according to the schedule P, and what is the life period of the drugs, and what are the materials to be used for the packaging of the pharmaceutical products. Okay, this is about the schedule P. And what is the schedule Q? And the schedule Q is mostly deals with the coal tar colors, what are the colors to be permitted to be used in the cosmetics. Okay, which colors are having the grant of license for using in the cosmetics purpose. Okay, and list of dyes and pigments. Pigments means some types of components they are giving the color or shining properties to that substances. Okay, and the schedule Q is also deals with the two types, that is schedule Q consisting of two parts, part 1 and part 2. And the part 1 is mostly deals with the coal tar colors, and the part 2 is mostly deals with the substances which are used in the cosmetic purpose under the Bureau of Indian Standard, that is BIS standard marks. Okay, and next schedule R, and the schedule R deals with the standards for the mechanical contraceptives. What are the drugs which are act as a mechanical contraceptives? They are mostly comes under the schedule R. Okay, and next what is schedule S? S stands for cosmetics. Okay, S means Sundar, and this schedule S is mostly deals with the substances which are mostly used for the manufacturing of cosmetics. What are the rules and regulations and standards we need to follow for the manufacturing of cosmetics? Okay, this is about the schedule S, which is under the BIS, Bureau of Indian Standard requirements. We need to follow these requirements for manufacturing of cosmetics. Okay, this is about the schedule S. And next, what is the schedule T? And the schedule T is mostly deals with the what are the requirements of a factory premises and hygiene conditions for the Ayurveda, including Siddha and Unani. T stands for trees. Okay, so which is mostly deals with the Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani drugs. What are the factory premises for manufacturing of these types of three categories of medicinal systems? Okay, this is schedule T. And what is schedule U? And the schedule U is a mostly deals with the what are the particulates to be shown for the manufacturing of raw materials and analytical records, and U is mostly deals with the maintenance of the records. Okay, records of drugs. And U1, schedule U1 is also deals with the manufacturing of raw materials and analytical records of cosmetics, and U is mostly deals with the records of drugs, and U1 is deals with the cosmetics. Okay, next, what is schedule V? Schedule V is mostly standards for the patent and the proprietary medicines. What are the patent medicines are there? They are mostly comes under the schedule V. And next, they are mostly compiled with the standards laid down in the second schedule to the act. What is the second schedule? And the second schedule is mostly deals with the list of books which are coming under the schedules like the system of medicines like Siddha and Unani. And the first schedule is mostly deals with the books coming under the Ayurveda, and second schedule is mostly deals with the what are the books coming under the Siddha and Unani. Okay, this is about the second schedule. And the schedule V is also mostly deals with the records or registers shall be retained up to 5 years from the date of manufacturing. The schedule V is mostly store the data up to 5 years of manufacturing. Okay, next, what is schedule W? And the schedule W is mostly deals with the what are the drugs to be manufactured under the generic name. Okay, generic names, what are the drugs coming under the generic names? Those drugs are listed under schedule W. Okay, it is also contain the label like names and quantities of active ingredients present in that. Okay, and if vitamins are present, they are prophylactic use, for therapeutic use and for pediatric use. If vitamins are contained, and the label must be prophylactic use, therapeutic use and pediatric use will be there. Okay, this is about the schedule W. And what is schedule X? And the schedule X is mostly deals with the list of drugs whose import, manufacture and sale and labeling and packaging are mostly governed by the special provisions. Okay, their labeling, their selling and their packing and their manufacturing must be controlled under the special provisions. Okay, and what are the narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances are also comes under the schedule X. Okay, narcotic and psychotropic substances, they must be comes under the schedule X. And XRX, and XRX symbol stands for the narcotic and psychotropic substances like habit forming drugs, which is mostly represent on the left hand side of the prescription. Okay, and what are the drugs coming under the XRX means they are amphetamine, glutathione and dexamphetamine. These are mostly list of drugs coming under the schedule X. Next, okay, schedule Y. What is schedule Y? And the schedule Y is mostly deals with the application for the permission of a clinical trial guidelines and their requirements for the importing and manufacturing of new drugs. Okay, and the schedule Y is mostly deals with the what are the guidelines we need to follow for maintaining of the clinical trials. Okay, and which is mostly contains like a chemical and pharmaceutical information. Okay, clinical trial must be consisting of all of the following information for maintaining of a good therapeutic use of the drug. Okay, and these are animal pharmacology data and animal toxicology data. Schedule Y is mostly deals with the chemicals and pharmaceutical information and animal pharmacology data and animal toxicology data. Animal pharmacology data means how much amount of drug need to be acted on the animals, and we need to take care of that clinical trial used animals. Okay, next, so this is about the complete schedules in the pharmaceutical jurisprudence. Okay, thank you for this session. Like, share and do subscribe Pharma Icon.